Michael Molinex from Mishmash Magazine. I am joined via my living room phone today with Mr. Hank Williams III. Hank, say hello.
Hello.
Where are you right now?
We're in Portland, Oregon today.
Damn. Okay. A few hours up north. Hank, I'll try to do this with as little butt kissing as possible, but I gotta say, you rolled through Anaheim a few nights ago, and that was one of the craziest things I've seen probably all summer and definitely in my concert going years. So I think I need to get to the heart of what makes Hank Williams III tick. Does that sound good?
Just a little bit of everything, man. I've always just marched to my own beat. I've had a lot of influences from a lot of different bands. Aside from playing music, I'm a gearhead, and I enjoy working the behind the scenes and always been very hands-on. You know, I don't have management. I don't have a secretary, just a lawyer and a booking agent, and we've been able to make it happen for a long time. I think the work ethic shines through, and our fans recognize it, and that's why we have a unique diehard fan base out there.
Hell yeah. Well, let's start. Okay, you go from country music to hillbilly rock to doom metal to I'm not even sure how to classify Three Bar Ranch. Tell me what is it that that drives you to in terms of country music? What is it that you bring unique to the Hank Williams legacy?
Man, it's just natural progressions in my bloodline. What I do is just what I do. Some people get it, some people don't. It's just kind of like the Melvins. Hank Williams was playing rock and roll before rock and roll was, and it's a natural progression for me to do country and other things. And since I'm a drummer at heart, that has a lot. I play drums on all the records. I'm still a drummer to this day in bands, and I think that has a lot to do with it too. I've just always liked being diverse and open-minded and going against the grain and just being different.
And where do you see your blend of country music in compared to the contemporary country scene today?
It's always been different, man. I just play music to play music. I write songs, that I've experienced. I've never sat down in an office and tried to make a hit song with 4 or 5 other people in a company. And that in itself right there makes it different and unique. I've always, the best song you can always write is one for yourself. And it just depends what you're in it for. Some people want to be an overnight one-hit wonder. And I myself have enjoyed all the aspects of music. I've enjoyed the longevity of my career. And like I said, having inspiration from bands like the Melvins and Black Flag and all these Reverend Horton Heat, all these bands that are still doing it to this day. Longevity kills one-hit wonders every time. And that's what it just goes back to the love of music, man.
Sounds good. Now let me ask about your metal influences. What drew you to metal in the first place? What kind of what kind of relationship have you built with guys in the metal scene to this day?
Well, I got my very first drum kit when I was 7, 8 years old, and with that was my first Kiss record and a Walt Disney record. So I loved playing drums. I loved the energy of hard rock, and it just went on and on and on. It was Queen, then it was ZZ Top, then it was Ted Nugent, and then it was hardcore and punk rock, and then it was Slayer, and then it was Immortal, and just more and more extreme stuff I could find. I just really related with it as far as energy and the feelings I got when I play that kind of music. So I've been very fortunate over the years to, work with Philip Anselmo, and, got to record back in the day a little bit with Dimebag Darrell, and be around Pantera. Always saw Pantera in a 500-seat room. I never did see him in the amphitheater. I probably got to see him 7-8 times. So,
Wow.
but it goes back to it's just a natural progression. Hank Jr. leaned more towards Southern rock, and Hank Williams was, doing, like I said, rock and roll before rock and roll was. So it's natural for me to gravitate towards some intense music. But I would say a lot of it just went back to the drums, really. That's what I always used to do, is just play drums all day long and listen to heavy stuff.
Nothing like
I went on. Go ahead.
Nothing like a double kick to get your heartbeat racing, right?
Well, yeah, man. I mean, and you look at the guys that do it on the road for years. I mean, look at Dave Lombardo, still bringing it. When you watch people like Pete Sandoval, who's had the massive back surgery, and he's still trying to recoup from it and take it to the next level. Or look at Gene Hoglan. All these legendary guys that are just have toured for years and still bringing it to the table and still have the love and the passion for what they do. So I'm always fascinated by people that have been able to do something more than 20 years and still have the same voice or the same energy that they had when they were starting out. It's just really hard to keep up with. I don't care what band you're in or what style of music you're playing.
Sounds cool. In terms of recent activity, recent other activity with your music, also need to ask you about Long Gone Daddy. This album you put out a couple months back. What's this album all about? Where does it fit in?
It has nothing to do with me. It's Curb Records, just trying to, do bad business and trying to take away from my record sales. That's a bunch of outtakes that were never supposed to see the light of day, and that's Curb Records showing how they don't respect musicians and how they try to rip them off every chance they can get. So I don't endorse that record. I'll never listen to it, and I always tell everyone not to buy it.
All right, you heard it from Hank Williams himself. Do not go pick up this album.
Well, it's just not, those are songs that were never supposed to come out, and nothing went into that. That's just Curb. Just like This Ain't Country, I recorded that record 10 years ago, and they wait a year for me. Within a year of me being done with them, then they put it out. So they're more about politics than music, and that shows the way they treat all their artists, not just me, but everyone that's ever worked with them.
All right. Well, otherwise, I guess in that case, the other thing I just need to ask you is 3 Bar Ranch. Now, how did you conceive of this? I'll put up a picture on our website. How did you conceive of this outfit of yours? It's like a cowboy samurai almost.
Yeah, well, I mean, just that auctioneering, and I've always thought that the auctioneering and the speed metal or the power metal was a good fit. And I'm trying to offer inspiration to young auctioneers around the world in a different way. So that's kind of where it came from. I used to go to the auction and, that's fine, you can put it there. I always used to go to the sales with my granddad. I was always fascinated by their speed on how they would do their chants. That's what they call it. So as time went on, I finally, got to put it out there, and we've been able to tour it live, and we have a lot of fun with it, man. One day I would like to find the right kid that would fit in and actually do it live instead of us playing the samples, but actually have a real cattle auctioneer on stage with us doing it to it. So it's a very anxiety-fueled, crazy, intense, out there record. It's not. It's for the few, as I would say.
Sounds good. Well, I'd like to thank you for joining me here today, and I will pass it to you for the final words, thoughts, comments to your fans, whatever's on your mind.
Well, if anybody really likes to collect what we do as far as on a vinyl level, Hank3.com is really the only place you can get my vinyl records on Ghost to Ghost or the Doom, Attention Deficit Domination, or 3-Bar Ranch. And if you ever do come to see us live, always try to be on time because we don't have no opening bands. We try to start early, especially if it's a weekday show. And man, for all the kids out there that's just up and coming, record it yourself. You got all the technology to make good sounding records on your own, and no one's going to like what you do more than you. So try to record it yourself, upload it on YouTube, and tour and play, and just keep taking it to the next level. Do it. Don't just talk about it. Go out there and try to do it.